listening to Dank Swamp Rebellion.
Disney Plus will have you will prove you wrong because the people eating the space fish is really Baby Yoda.
Yeah, people are mad about Baby Yoda eating them eggs, man.
Why? I don't know.
Because apparently Baby Yoda is pro-choice and he just committed how many abortions in that episode?
All you vegan whores won't eat meat, but y'all suck dick and swallow, you protein lovers.
None of those eggs were fertilized, though.
Yeah, they were just eggs. They didn't even have life yet.
Like a regular ass.
She had to get to her old man so that he could actually bring life to it. And that brings me to another point.
Why did she need to be habitating her race continuously anyway? She looked pretty useless.
You want to talk about women's rights and how y'all can do anything? Apparently you can't. Because this frog lady had to go find a man to do something that she couldn't fucking do. He would have went on his life perfectly fine, not giving a shit. But you know what? She was the one fucking worried about it. She had to bring her little sauce orbs in that fucking little pitcher of...
The pickled fucking
pickled quail egg looking fucking things.
Pickled eggs.
Also, like, so they were mad about that, but they weren't pissed off about Baby Yoda eating the baby spider out of the sack.
No, that was like a direct ripoff from Aliens.
I was
pretty upset.
But why did that not prick people to be triggered?
Because arachnids
they don't feel anything.
Aren't lizards. Lizards feel stuff. You saw her? She looked very emotional.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
spiders are just mad. They look like...
They are like...
That spider had a pussy mouth. Did you see that?
Pretty crazy.
It was wild.
Pretty crazy.
Here's the crazy thing about that.
Did it remind you of Hoth?
It did. Here's the crazy.
It really did. Yeah, that was super cool.
Here's the crazy thing about that spider creature. That particular spider has been featured in a lot of different Star Wars games throughout the decades. But here's something crazy: the original concept artist of Star Wars, George Lucas, is like, read the script, don't think about cost, draw what comes to your mind, draw what you see.
Mm-hmm.
When they started production of Empire,
$8 later they were done.
Like when they started doing Empire. This was back in 1980. Like in 1980 was when the film came out. This guy drew that spider.
Yes, the concept art.
Like over 40 years prior.
Super cool.
Before we see it on Mandalorian, it's actually in the art book.
Super cool.
And you don't see that whole albino cookie monster in the cave with Luke. No, you see Luke with the lightsaber against a giant fucking spider instead. How badass was that?
I just hate the fact that the abominable snowman, the snow monster in Star Wars, is the exact same one from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer repurposed.
No,
the claymation one.
I love that. I love that idea.
Resourceful.
It's called production value, and when you're...
I am super happy.
You can't convince me of that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm super happy with Disney for the way they're handling The Mandalorian. First season was awesome. And now, tonight, what day is today?
Friday?
Yeah, we're one of those. So a new episode tonight. And I like it. I really fucking like it.
I mean, this... Okay,
I like that it makes people mad because it's never done any of that to me. It made me mad when Quill died.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I wish he'd have kept going.
I'm mad that they never went back to fucking the black lightsaber plot. Like,
okay, big deal.
What happened?
Time out. That's coming.
I'm sure.
How do you know?
Okay, so
it better.
No, like the reason why I know is that
Rebels.
Like,
I would hope Disney would think that true fans would want to see that.
So going back to your question, I want the Dark Saber back. That's coming back, and the reason why I know that is that if you watch Star Wars Clone Wars or even Star Wars Rebels, and if you look at IMDb right now, they're gonna there's this actress by the name of Rose. I forget her last name. She was in a bunch of Kevin Smith movies. She was in the movie Kids when she was 13. She was in Sin City. She's actually playing
Rose McGowan.
No, not Rose McGowan.
She was in Sin City.
No, it was not Rose McGowan.
Beep boop beep beep beep. Space Lion.
So anyway, she's playing the character Ahsoka Tano, who is Anakin Skywalker's first apprentice.
Yes.
All right. So,
Anakin's first apprentice?
yes.
Okay.
So she's coming into the mix with a bounty hunter by name of Sabine, which was a character that was featured in Star Wars Rebels. And the spoiler alert, the way that show ended is that
Sabine?
Sabine or Sabine, it's Sabine.
It's not Sabine.
It's Sabine.
It can't be.
Like the way that show ends is that
She's from Chenier.
a young Jedi goes off to find his own way. They follow him. They're looking for him, and that's the last time we saw the Dark Saber because she had it. The Dark Saber is actually a sign of Mandalorian royalty. Mandalorian isn't a creed; it was actually a planet. But ever since the fall, like the events leading up to the Empire, something must have happened. I'm sure that's going to be
Mandalore was the planet, right?
Yeah, it was.
There was the war that basically.
Why were the Mandalorians and the Jedi fighting though?
Because the Mandalorians were always their own thing. They didn't contribute to either side. They just played both sides.
It was part of the culture. It was part of the war. The Jedi were trying to maintain peace in the universe, but at the same time, they were actually overlords themselves.
Correct.
Mandalorians were trying to stay neutral, but still doing their own things. Like, fuck you, I want to kill you. Fuck you, I want to kill you.
Just like the Democrats and the Republicans.
Oh,
Don't make parallels.
Oh man!
Oh,
so
no.
we're like the Mandalorians on the rebellion, and we say fuck both sides, no government.
The Mandalorian.
This is the way.
Yeah, the Mandalorians.
Is that like Amelia Bell?
It's stuffed with a bell pepper bell. A bell pepper stuffed inside of a queer flotana.
Oh no.
So coming back to the show.
No.
So coming.
Nobody would want to eat that. Can you imagine how hairy that bell pepper would be?
Please don't.
So coming back to the show, Dark Saber is coming back in a big way, and it's going to start connecting all the other shows, which is huge.
Yeah, it's cool. There's a lot of theory that they really need to go into more in-depth stuff with the sabers themselves, with the Kyber crystals. That's so fucking fascinating.
They can make a series just on that.
They really could. They can make it about the actual planet that makes these crystals, like that generates these crystals.
But it doesn't exist anymore, right? At this point,
I think it was destroyed.
because isn't the Mandalorian past
Yes.
what was the last one they had? The Last Jedi.
So Last Jedi takes place after the show Mandalorian.
How?
Like
it's between 6 and 7.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh, okay.
It's basically
Yeah.
the fillers and not focusing so much on the
Kind
Jedi.
of like Rogue One between 3 and 4.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of stuff that obviously there's a lot of time in between them that could, a lot of shit could go down.
Because after the second new release, they wouldn't be able to do that anymore. So that's what I'm saying. If it was after, they wouldn't be able to talk about the planet
Right.
because it didn't exist because they blew it up.
Yeah, they need to go into more Kyber crystal
Jakku.
lore and more of the. There was so cool, like the red saber is because it's synthesized materials. They didn't have to go get red.
Phil says no.
I'm calling bullshit. No.
Phil says no.
No.
Why? How?
Okay, so the way that a Sith gets a red lightsaber is that they themselves are fallen Jedi, and they have to literally pour all their hate and fear, anger, and rage into this crystal to cause it to bleed. Now, 9 times out of 10, depending on who your master is, I'm gonna be super geek here. Is like you as a Sith will have to kill a Jedi, go out and find a Jedi, take their lightsaber and make that Jedi's own crystal bleed, and that's basically staking claim that this is my lightsaber crystal. This is my color.
You wouldn't say that's synthesized?
No, it's not synthesized because it's still a naturally formed Kyber crystal that you're manipulating. Kyber reacts to a Jedi the same way it reacts to a Sith based on emotions.
That's not what Wikipedia says.
This is how Phil feels.
This says it was a symbol of their unity and unwavering dedication to the dark side.
Anyone can update Wikipedia. That's bullshit.
But think how cool it'd be if, like, all of a sudden Darth Maul walks in to a room all black. You can't see anything. It's pitch black. He's got his lightsaber. Lights up red. And all of a sudden, he drops his veil, and there's a grand piano. Spotlight.
Beethoven?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be
Yes.
sick?
Yeah.
Why Beethoven?
Why
It
not?
could be anything.
Wouldn't he have crab legs since he got them cut off and shit?
Like,
Right? He would have droid legs.
well,
Like the guy from Wild Wild West.
I like to beat my feet in the Mississippi mud.
Yeah, he would have a little crab droid legs, and he'd still have his dual wielding lightsabers,
Yeah.
but 2 of them this time.
Have you seen those dubs where they have the 10,000 lightsaber duels? Those are fucking cool.
I like the lightsaber nunchucks personally.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Especially when they do Bruce Lee with his shucks and a fan goes in and re-edits.
Those are
Yeah, that's some
super
pretty
cool.
badass.
But thank you, Disney, for Mandalorian. It's super cool. It gives us something to do.
Give me some yellow lightsaber lore though.
And also,
That's my favorite.
I
The
really hope
Sentinels?
that Vader, the story of Vader, is actually going to happen. That'd be really awesome.
Yeah,
I would like that.
I'm more like
the Obi-Wan movies. I mean, the Obi-Wan series is coming.
Is it really?
and also
Yeah.
I'm about that.
also a Boba Fett miniseries too.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Boba Fett now, or if that's just it.
Well,
No.
right. Do you think? I'm sure that was just like a little. Oh fuck! Sick.
Boba Fett is a Tusken Raider now.
He's common.
No,
Which is very different than being a Las Vegas Raider, because they fucking suck.
Oh,
man.
like-
They can't even punch the ball, the kingdom ball.
here's the thing about Boba Fett, and everyone's like, "How's he alive? I thought he was dead." It's like during the late '80s, early '90s, leading up before the special district.
Even a Snorlax has the shit.
Oh,
Snorlax.
Snorlax.
Yeah, from
Pokemon.
Guess that Pokemon! It's Pikachu! It's Snorlax! Fuck!
just think about that. If Snorlax.
If Snorlax took a big old shit from all the fucking Sarlax that he ate, that's a tapeworm. It's not a tapeworm.
Graboid.
Dude, that would be sweet. No, it's like,
Nice.
no, it's like, coughing, coughing. No, it's like if you read any of the Star Wars books, I'm not talking Shadows of the Empire, all the books that take place between between 4 and 5 and 5 and 6, which are really good. There's another book series that came out before Harry Potter came out called Young Jedi Knights, and it's the story of Luke assembling a new Jedi temple on Yavin 4, which is where the rebels were at in episode 4, and he turns that whole old school rebel base into a new temple, and they're fighting remnants of the fallen empire. They're all set as warlords, and then the Sith come back, and they're ignoring the rule of two. They're trying to rebuild its numbers, and they're now called the Shadow Academy. So it's basically dueling academies, if you will.
Do you think that the Jedi Academy also had like those nerds that were like, "Hello, what are you doing, Luke? You think you're better than everyone else because your last name is Skywalker."
I rolled a natural 20.
Every time.
Oh, you rolled 19. You're such a fucking loser. No, but anyway, one of the books is actually called Shard of Alderaan. And the whole premise is that...
Shard of Ultron. What?
Damn, I can't talk.
Short.
It's
Shard of Ultra.
Shard of Alderaan. It's Leia's home planet. It's
You said it right. I want to.
Yeah.
We were just fucking.
it's, like the whole premise of the book is that it's Leia's birthday. Her kids, Jaina and Jason. Not Ben Solo, which is bullshit. It's Jaina, Jason, and Anakin. They want to get something for her birthday because they're their mom. They go to the asteroid belt of where Alderaan used to be, and that's where they
Wait,
run.
what was his name supposed to be?
Jason was the
Jason was supposed to be what Ben was. So he like hits 14. He's like, I want you to start calling me Ben, Mom.
Well,
I identify as Ben.
In that particular universe.
Sounds right.
Because like this is all classified as legends, not necessarily canon. Now
You have these books?
I used to. They Han and Leia had 3 kids. It was Jaina and Jason. They were twins, and then the third one was Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and for Leia's birthday, they go to the Alderaan asteroid belt to basically pick up a stone and polish it and make jewelry out of it. And they ran into Boba Fett, and they go into the explanation of how he's survived the Sarlacc pit. And I'm like, okay, cool. And when we see him on the Mandalorian now, I'm like, okay, cool. They confirmed he survived the pit, but in a completely different way than what they announced in the book. So I'm glad that
they're nodding a lot to Legends.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they definitely are, which is awesome. It's a fan service, 1, but 2, it opens up the universe more than what was already established.
Well, not only that, it's like the people making Mandalorian the show, like John Favreau and everyone else involved, they're fans of the show. And they went into the premise that I don't want to make what George would make. I want to make the shit that George watched that inspired him to make Star Wars, which is why you're getting a lot of spaghetti western feels to it, which is awesome. And the fact that it's a show by fans for fans is a plus, unlike a corporation product that we got with 7, 8, and 9.
Shout out that baby, huh?
Yeah.
And de toi.
Pardon.
But I do like the offshoot movies because Han Solo was cool. Solo was great.
Rogue One was amazing.
Rogue
One's one of my favorites.
Out of all the new ones that came out, Rogue One is one of my favorites because it's the modern day version of Empire.
It's fucking great, yes. Especially getting to see Vader like in full motion like that.
Like if you took all the best parts of Jason X, Jason in Space, and threw Star Wars sauce on it, that's what we got. We got that hallway scene where Darth Vader was Jason for 90 seconds.
That was the coolest thing ever.
It's funny the connection people make to no matter what age it is, because every Christmas is when all of the 7, 8, 9 series came out around Christmas time.
Yeah.
And every year about that time, Kelly and I usually go to Paragon Casino up in Marksville, and they have a theater inside of the casino. And I was sitting there buttering the fuck out of my popcorn, high as shit, and I had a maroon Boba Fett t-shirt on. And this kid walks up to me and he says, "Hey, what's your favorite one?" I said, "Out of what?"
Oh.
And he goes, "Of all the Star Wars, what's your favorite one?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Well, Empire Strikes Back is my all-time favorite." And he dapped me just like Phil just did. And then I said, I said, "Rogue One is my second." And he did the same. And it's cool because like he got it. He was like right there with me.
You know what's crazy too? Like you just going off what you said, people that grew up with those movies coming out don't like Episode 5.
It's crazy, huh?
It's so weird because Empire is one of my favorites too. But my nanny that started with the series,
Yeah.
They didn't like.
They usually like A New Hope.
Yeah.
My all the older generation liked A New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Blaine, he's our age, same thing. Empire Strikes Back's his favorite. It's weird in the 30-somethings for us. And then you actually have the younger generation. I work with some kids that are like, "I actually like the first 3. I'm like, "Really, man? Like, it's so hard. Like, episode 1 is so hard to... It's hard to watch."
I like them more than the last 3.
Let me ask you something. How did y'all... Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's not hard to do though.
I don't know. There's elements of them I liked. So I was cool with it.
But in terms of like a Stop and Smell the Roses film,
I'm going to get crucified for this. I don't like the black guy. Finn.
Hook. No, I feel you.
You think that's coincidental?
man,
That his name is Finn?
FN 218, whatever the fuck numbers.
I don't like him.
I mean, he's
I
not.
was like, why couldn't they just use Will Smith to be every other black guy that he's been?
John Boyega. That's his name.
Well, I don't know him.
But yeah, me either. But I mean, I don't think he brought.
I don't like the girl that played BB-8 either.
An element that. Wait, wasn't that What? No,
Dionne Warwick?
No, that's John Ralphio.
That played BB-8?
Yeah, I'm serious. That's his. I'm not shitting you. They really used his voice.
What did you think about using the mod of Anakin's pod racer?
That was badass.
I loved it.
That was cool,
I
wasn't
loved
it?
it. It's like
In Mando, in episode 2, whenever they show the pod racer.
No, episode 1.
episode 1.
Was it 1?
Yeah,
Okay.
When he went to the
That's true.
the town.
Yeah, they
Yeah, that
fucking
was episode
Hoth part 2. But yeah, like as soon as I saw that, I screamed at the screen. I was like, "Yes, fucking right! You damn right." They still have those laying around somewhere.
See, I got one better for you. First episode of Mandalorian, where he goes to collect his bounty.
Mm-hmm.
The British white dude, of course, he puts this white container on top of the desk, and it opens up and it shows the reward. That was actually an ice cream maker from the 80s that you see in Empire.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is a deep cut lore
That's cool.
for you. It's like whenever Lando says, "Hey, Cloud City, get the fuck out. Empire's on the way." You see a black dude running in the background with an ice cream maker.
Thank you for listening to Dank Swamp Rebellion. Check us out on dsrtalks.com.